Everybody is moving to the Centennial State. But how will these people learn the food culture of Denver? That's what Food on Federal is all about. Food on Federal brings you the underground food scene where the locals eat in the heart of the Mile High City. Food on Federal is for people in the capital city that want to taste the real Denver. So hold on to your seats. It's Food on Federal, where the locals eat, with Don Pablo and Kevberto.
Take exit onto US 287 and Federal.
All right, we're here at Food on Federal. We're about to drive in to our spot today. And Kevberto, where are we?
We are very close to the Bronco Stadium.
Yes.
I don't know what the people are going to call it now.
We got a recommendation from a friend.
Good friend of ours.
Yeah, who used to be a Denver cop. He's retired now. He said go here, and I went and did a scouting trip, and I said, you know what? Yes, we're going here, 100%. This place fits all the Food on Federal criteria.
Yes, and it's not that, it's not necessarily on Federal, but it's the spirit of Federal, and that's the point. We might say different addresses, but the spirit of Federal is what we're looking for.
That's right.
We are going to 8th and Decatur. Right?
8th and Decatur.
Oh boy.
It's right off Federal, a couple blocks east of Federal. So it's right there. It's on the corner of the street. You cannot miss it.
Yeah.
And right now we're just driving around the neighborhood trying to find a place to park. But I think I drove into a place with only one entrance, so it might be a while. But anyway. Kevberto,
yes.
In between, hold on. I really did just drive into the project.
You did?
I really did.
We drove it. Are you carrying?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I feel like it's okay.
Okay.
Maybe. I think that's the way out of it. Because I was trying to turn and make a turn into the. So we got the whole crew in the back here. The guy with the sunglasses on, I don't know who that is. He just some riffraff that came off the boat.
No, he's my son, Robert, by the way.
Yeah, Robert.
So
Little Robert Villa. So people call him Robbie. He for sure doesn't like that name, so don't call him that. Anyway. And then we got 2 Raiders fans, though we don't talk to them.
they're the production crew, but they do a fine job.
They do a fine job, but they're also Raiders fans, and I don't know how Kevberto let them slip in here, but whatever.
Hey man, it's good work and cheap labor. So
So right here, we're at 8th and Decatur.
We kind of have to turn around. So we're going to Hamburguesas Don Jesus today.
Hamburguesas Don Jesus.
So obviously, as you can pretty much directly translate, Hamburguesas means hamburgers. Don Jesus, I'm guessing that's the owner, right?
Yeah, that's the owner, and he has his own burger there, the Don Jesus. And that's what I'm getting today. I'm really excited for that.
I have not seen the menu, but I'm very excited to see this. And I mean, you told me that, on your scouting trip, what was your review?
Oh, I liked it. They made a hot dog with the most toppings I've ever seen.
Huh.
And I've had even more than a Chicago dog. And better than a Chicago dog, because I don't like your gross sweet relish. Get your gross sweet relish, take it out. I don't want any of that. Hamburguesas Don Jesus. The hot dog they have there, the especial. Oh man, they got pinto beans. Who doesn't like that?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and bacon wrapped. And this is where the Mexican people's technology is outpacing the United States, because they bacon wrap their hot dogs. Alright? They bacon wrap their hot dogs. Do you want me to explain what that is? Because,
Bacon wrapped is like heaven.
Delicious.
So
yeah, they have hot dogs, hamburgers, and then their French fries are really good. And it's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple menu. But you know what? It's one of those things where it's easy to learn, but it's hard to master. And Hamburguesas Don Jesus. I'm really excited for you guys to see this. Food on Federal on YouTube, at Food on Federal, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I believe.
yes.
So there you go.
Remember to subscribe. There's a button below the videos, usually on the bottom left. And also turn on the notifications. And we're coming up to
Hamburguesas Don
Jesus.
Hamburguesas Don Jesus. And remember to park on the street on Decatur, because that's where it is. Oh man, there's almost no place to park. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh. Hey, that kid's still wearing his Halloween costume. What's happening?
I think that's his pajamas.
All right, we just pulled in. We'll see you guys inside. Patio of Hamburguesas Don Jesus. We are at the 8th and Decatur location, but we're right in the shadow of, I want to call it Invesco Field a Mile High. I know it's not Invesco Field a Mile High anymore. Who knows what it's called? I think it's just called Bronco Stadium. Do you know what I'm talking about, Caberto?
I do know what you're talking about.
We went there, me and Caberto went there for a Mexico-New Zealand game, and I swear I've never seen people more scared than the New Zealand fans.
I think I spent this entire second half trying to stop a fight.
This guy, and then when Mexico finally scored, it was like scoreless until the 70th, and the guy in back of us started crying, and I'm like, man, I've never seen anybody so happy at a friendly soccer match. But Caberto and Caberto stopped a fight, and a person that knows a lot about stopping fights, of course, is our special guest today. And that's Mr. C, retired Denver Police Department Sergeant.
Yes.
Mr. C, so thank you very much, Mr. C, for joining us.
It is my pleasure to be here.
This guy has been around Denver longer than basically anybody I've known. So if you have any questions, and who better to bring on Food on Federal than a guy that's been around Denver longer than anybody.
Exactly.
So thank you for joining us, Caberto.
I'm very excited for you to join us today because it is not just, excitement, it is an honor for us, like Don said, that you can be here with us. That you take time from your busy schedule to, hang out with the guys on Food on Federal. Now, I do have a few questions so the people can get to know you a little better. When did you start working for the Denver Police Department?
I started my police career in 1978.
Oh, man. That's when we were just a dusty old cow town, as some people would like to say.
That's right.
Like, did County Line Road, was that a dirt road, or was that even anything?
It was not much of anything.
Yeah,
and how about this? Arapahoe and I-25 intersection was a four-way stop.
A highway?
Off the off-ramp. The off-ramp, you came down, and it was a four-way stop.
Geez. Wow. It's a lot different today.
So what was 8th and Decatur back then?
Well, 8th and Decatur is what it is today.
Yeah.
We are, and that's why I wanted to come here today, because we are in the heart of kind of the industrial area. There's a lot of warehouses, a lot of manufacturing, plumbing supply, lumber supply. The King Soopers warehouse is just down the road from us right here. And when I heard about Hamburguesa Don Jesus, I knew that it had to be good before I even walked in the door, because this is what I call a working man's hamburger joint. A place like this does not survive with all these working people around here.
That's true.
Unless it's good.
That's true.
If you don't have good food, you don't last. And so that's why I said we got to do this one for Food on Federal.
Thank you very much. So I do have a personal question about our friend here, Don Pablo, actually. Since you've known Don Pablo for about 20 years, can you believe that he's a member of productive member of society today.
No, I actually can't believe that because, like you say, I have known Don Pablo for going on, let's see, 25 years.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Right?
Yeah, because middle school and everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I knew him when he was in high school. He was a football player at Thomas Jefferson, the Spartans, which, by the way, is also my alma mater.
Oh.
So I have a special place in my heart for Don Pablo.
Two-time.
When I watched him play football, I watched him walk the halls of Thomas Jefferson because my daughter went to Thomas Jefferson as well in the same class.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then, so imagine my surprise when he comes to work at the radio station. I'm like, don't I know you from somewhere? And then we put it all together and said, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I do have another question to this. How many times did you get to arrest him when he was younger?
You know, I always look forward to the day that would come, but he never gave me the opportunity.
Well, yeah.
So he skated by not having to sit in the back seat of Mr. C's police car.
Well,
Which I'm very grateful for, by the way. But you know, I don't want to talk about the incidents, but you know,
And there were incidents,
it happened.
but there's no convictions.
No. See, you know, they were expunged. Things are expunged. That's a positive thing for if
Exactly.
you make mistakes when you're
That's
a kid.
right.
You get to expunge the record, and then you know, then
Sealed forever.
after a while, everybody forgets about everything, right?
yeah, that's true. That is true. But we are very glad to have you here.
So he's redeemed himself.
Yeah. By the way,
over the
Yeah,
years.
yes.
I've held a job for a long time.
Right?
I haven't gotten in trouble. You know what? I haven't gotten a parking ticket in many years.
Wow, that's impressive.
So you know what? I'm up here. I'm up here.
Well,
Good.
Joey,
I saved his bacon a couple times. You know.
I don't know what you're
We'll
talking
go into
about.
that. We'll go into that.
All right, here we go. First bite.
We got how big this is. The bun, by the way, they do it the right way. They toast the inside so it keeps the liquid in, and then the outside is soft. Here we go, Don Jesus.
And there- so, I got La Exotica, the exotic burger. I don't know how I'm gonna hold this. I don't know how I'm gonna bite this, but this looks delicious, and it looks like it's too much for me, but nothing's too much for me. I hope.
I seen you allegedly out eat me a rodizio, so you know what? I don't want to hear that. Although I swear I ate more than you. You just had a chicken heart, and that's why they gave you the title. Because the chicken heart is like this big. I ate more than you that day. So here we are for the post-game wrap-up on Food on Federal. Mr. C, how did you like the Hamburguesas Don Jesus?
I give it a thumbs up. I almost had to get a box, but
Oh,
I
man.
managed to get through it.
We're talking Caberto. Caberto had to get the box. He gave up, but he also ate the jalapeno. So you know,
I did.
I did not eat the house.
I didn't eat the jalapeno either because I'm a wimp, and I don't care. I don't care who knows it.
Well, it was really good, but you know, I'm not embarrassed because Mr. C and I actually, we completed the, you know, almost impossible task of finishing a T-Rex burger, which is a hamburger with 9 patties in there. So, you know, I think
Where do we get that T-Rex burger?
we got it at the Wendy's. You know,
Wendy's,
at Wendy's.
that's right.
It was
Wendy's
a special
T-Rex.
order.
He's doing that's a Food on Federal. We took pictures of that, and they both had stomach aches later in the day, which was really funny.
I think there was a little concern when my left side of my body was starting to numb a little. But then, you know, after a while, I just drank a lot of water and we're good. We're here. We're alive. My heart's beating.
You're 3/4 of the way to a heart attack.
Yeah.
Whatever though. So Hamburguesas Don Jesus. As you see in the pictures, the burgers are gigantic, and there's actually It's not really a challenge, but there's a $26 burger. It's called the Gigante. And let me just go through what it has really quick. 4 beef patties, 4 ham slices. They're kind of thick. A thick cut piece of bologna that's even thicker than that. A bacon wrapped hot dog that they sliced down the middle. 4 pieces of cheese, an Anaheim chili, which actually added a lot to the burger, to my burger anyway. I don't know if they had it on theirs, but I got the Don Jesus. And I'm not even done yet. There's avocado, they cut it up, it's really good. Onion, lettuce, of course, and they give you a lot of that. And then they put the mayo, mustard, and ketchup on it. That's the Gigante, $26.
We need a team to finish that. How much?
$26.
$26.
I don't know.
We need a team to finish that.
Yeah, man, you cut that in four, so I mean that's only what is that? Divided by 4, $5, $6 each, 6 something each. So you know what? That ain't a bad way to go if you have a whole I don't know, basketball team to feed. But anyway, I like Hamburguesas Don Jesus. Is a great name. Any final thoughts, Gilberto?
Yes, it's very good. You have to come very hungry, otherwise, you know, you're gonna have to end up asking for a box. What about you, Mr. C? What are your thoughts? Your overall
I
thoughts?
thought it was good. The people are friendly. They took good care of us. And time well spent, money well spent. Tummy is feeling good.
Oh yeah.
People are very friendly. Now, when you come here, we'll give you a tip, early tip. There's parking. It's right on Decatur. Do not park in back to the east of the place because that is not their parking lot. But it's right here on the west side, right next to the street with a light. And there's plenty of parking here.
Plenty of street parking. They got about 8 or 9 spots right in front on their property, so no problem getting here.
And I'll tell you what, we always try to get to the places as early as we can to avoid rush. And today it was kind of unavoidable. But we still got here right when it opened. So you know what? You need to get here very early or expect to wait because they're making a line. And I'm telling you right now, we're standing right here by the back door. And the overwhelming smell of their hamburgers is just getting to me right now. And you know what? There's not a better place to stand to shoot a shot than right here in the middle of the parking lot that people are trying to park in. So now it's time for my favorite part, and that's the tips for Hamburguesas Don Jesus. And Gilberto, start us off with one.
Come very hungry. Be a very hungry person when you show up at Hamburguesas Don Jesus.
I hope you're ready for a heavy meal. Hope you're ready for a heavy meal when you come here. Mr. C, any thoughts?
Extra napkins.
Yeah, it gets a little sloppy, but that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing.
All right, as we have known to do, sometimes I need a translator to go with me to a restaurant down here, and that would be Gilberto, but you know what? The first time I came here by myself because they know English, so that's a good thing. And I'm not trying to demean anybody, I'm just saying, no translator needed. Thank you. And my second tip and last tip, they don't really have like to-go menus. The whole menu's on the wall, and it looks exactly like the website, which we will link in the description. And yeah, man. So the menu's on the wall. Everything's about this big.
You can't miss it.
So you know what's going to be on your food, on your entree.
Walk in the door, menus in your face.
That's
right.
true. Very in your face.
But overall, I like this place. It's a part of Denver. It's an old town. Not many people would know about, but that's why we have Food on Federal, is to bring part of Denver to the internet for everybody that moves here. Because I hear we're getting 100,000 people a year, and I don't know where those people are eating. But you know what? We'll send them here and give them a little piece of Denver. There you go. So there you go. Tips.
Thank you.
Is it scary?
All right, Gilberto, is it scary? We are in the middle of Denver. We're in between Mile High Stadium and like the Denver Public Schools bus depot. When I was a kid, I'll say this. When I was a kid, probably wouldn't come down here. Not a lot of reasons to be down here. But now, we have a good reason to be here. So, your thoughts?
I would say not scary. Judge by yourself, but we're close to Mile High Stadium. There's a lot going on around here. The bus depot is right across the street. I give it a thumbs up for not scary.
Gilberto?
I do too. The good thing is that we hear the sirens going through and not stopping here. So it's actually, it seems pretty safe, so give it a shot.
By the way, yes, look, we haven't seen anything. We haven't been remember when we did Grandpa's? There was the guys revving the engine in the back, and there was a homeless guy that walked through the shot with the none of that around here. None of that. So,
The worst thing we saw? We just saw the ice cream man.
yeah,
That's right.
So
Who doesn't
what
want to
else?
see that guy?
Exactly.
especially right after we left. Although we ate so much food that guy is barking up the wrong tree if he's trying to sell some ice cream. But yeah, so is it scary? No. Please visit Hamburguesas Don Jesus. We have a new segment here. We're just giving it a little review of Hamburguesas Don Jesus. Let's start with Mr. C. Mr. C.
I'm going to give this one 4.5 out of 5 roasted peppers.
4.5 out of 5.
That's real good.
Perfecto.
You know what? I'm going to say the same thing. 4.5 stars out of 5 roasted peppers. It's delicious. You cannot miss this.
So it's a consensus. 4.5 out of 5 roasted peppers. Hamburguesas Don Jesus. So there you go. So I want to thank Mr. C. And by the way, if you ever see this guy walking around the streets of Denver, you better thank him. Because he kept his community safe for many years.
Yes,
Okay?
he did. Thank you very much, Mr.
It's
C.
my pleasure.
I know this guy. It's funny because I've known this guy twice as long as I've known this guy, which is inconceivable to me. I feel old.
And very odd,
Yeah.
actually.
Yes.
There you go.
But-
So, all right, for Food on Federal, there's Gilberto, we're Mr. C, I'm Don Pablo. Cash only. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Food on Federal, where the locals eat. Subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/Food on Federal. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram to find out where the locals eat in Denver. That's Food on Federal.